Hmm, let's get started on our virtual business breakfast. Open up the room. And so if you want to join, you would need to do Zoom to see what we're talking about, but you can listen to what we're talking about. Be part of the conversation. Totally up to you. But today we will start March. I want to say happy Women's Month. I think March is Women's Month. And I think April is Black Women's Month. I don't even know anymore, but we are here. Okay, let me post. A photo on this thing. So I decided to do this to help us all get into a better state of being. Supposed to have some music playing in the background, but let me see. I'm gonna try my kind of music. Sorry, guys. There we go. Oh, Shanifa's coming in. Okay, Shanifa's joined us, the actress. Yeah, she's an actress. She's in a movie called Grimy. It's gonna be a top hit, black film, first production. I think of the guy, forget his name, but Kid and Play. I gave them a shout out for their movie. So we have all kind of people coming in here. Um, so surely want you guys to tune in. Um, hey, Shasha, can you hear me? Your camera's off. I don't think your sound is on either. I don't see it. Okay, but you're in here. You're just having some technical issues. And then we have other people joining probably at 8:30 or CP time, which is when they get here. Um, but I got quite a few people coming into this room. Should be a pretty good event. Yeah, there we go. So it's all about us getting money as business owners. It's the only reason I'm doing this. Otherwise, I'd be chilling, get my day started for doing these taxes. But I know for a fact that Black people don't know how to get access to this money. And right now, we got one more week where we are the preferred group of people that in order for these banks and entities to get this money, they have to prove they've done something for the minorities and for people with 20 or less employees. So it is good, important that today you attend if you have a business, because if you have a Schedule C on your taxes from this year, hopefully you did them, you qualify. So you just need a Schedule C to show that you have a business on your tax return to get the paycheck protection money. And it's not just for payroll or your wages, because what if you can't pay yourself any money? What if you're spending money and not making money right now? Well, that's fine. You know, you still have a business. You still have it recorded with the IRS. You filed your taxes. You have a Schedule C. You use it for operation expenses to get hand sanitizer if you work with the public. Paper towels. I mean, that stuff adds up in a year. So don't think that you don't have an ability to get the money. You just have to. Shanifa, I don't know, she's having some technical issues. Let me make sure this thing is good. Let me text her. Yeah, so the key today is for us to inspire, to motivate, to assist, to help, to do all the things you need done. Because it ain't easy. do anything. Hey, Risa, how you doing? Yeah, so I met Risa in 2019 at a state fair, and she brought me into a product called Thrive, and it's a really good product. I kind of fell off using it and doing stuff with it, but I'm gonna get back in it. So yeah, so she owns a business. She does, on the side. So this type of information is going to be very important for her. So just waiting. Shanifa is having some trouble, I guess. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna show this screen as we do this in 1 minute. Okay, so you guys can see the presentation because there's a presentation that talks about getting access to this money. She said my Zoom isn't working. I'll probably have to update it. I miss you too with all your beautiful red freckles. Okay, it is time. Oh, somebody's going to. Okay, let me. Okay, hey everybody. I don't know what's up with the Zoom. Um, I don't know why it's tripping on people. So, but anyway, let's get this ball rolling. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, she's having trouble with the Zoom. That's why we have Facebook Live, because there's always some trouble. Okay, Shanifa's having trouble with the Zoom. Oh, hey, Shanifa. Wait a minute, is your sound on? Wait a minute. Can you hear me? I don't see your mic. Probably just gotta adjust your audio. Just go over to the mute and the little arrow and adjust your audio. I'm talking now. You can't hear me. I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you. So she'll fix it in a minute. Fix it, okay? You go to your you gonna come back in. Oh, here it go. Your mic is on mute. Unmute yourself. There you go. Hey.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Doing great. That's a little too much light.
That's okay. I got us live on Facebook too. So some people, just in case they have technical issues, like you.
Okay.
Issues. So what I'm gonna do is share my screen, and we're gonna get rolling into what this is all about. Let me present. Let me move this up. Let me do the slideshow. So this pretty much is, if you have a small business, let me turn this around. So if you have a small business, right, and you have a Schedule C, this is the last week that you will be important, unfortunately. So if you don't do something this week to get you some money, then you're probably not going to get none of this paycheck protection money. So the government passed the CARES Act for the second time at $284 billion in aid for small businesses. And what they did was Biden prioritized, I wish I had another way to do this. Okay. 1 second. Okay, but Biden prioritized the second round, saying that minorities and businesses with less than 20 people are important because so many of the bigger companies got the money the first time. There was a lot of fraud. A lot of people didn't get money. So he prioritized it. And all you have to do is have filed your taxes and have a Schedule C if you're self-employed, So the paperwork that's required to get that you must have bare minimum in order to get them to say yes is these different categories. Depends on what type of business you got. Now, let's say you did your taxes and you have an LLC and they tell you, well, you need an 1120. Well, a tax professional could do that for you. They could get you that document. Those are not electronic. Those are mailed in. So you sign them and you mail them on the 15th of April. And it gives your corporation like what it revenue and then what it lost, the expenses. So, and another thing too that they put in is that you got to have 25% decrease within different quarters. You could pick a quarter. Like my company made more money as a nonprofit, but at the end of the year, I didn't. So my quarter compared to 2019 was less than, although my income for my company was more than. So I had to create my own document. And all you do is go in Excel and create the document. It's not no like real rules to the documents that you have. You could create them in Excel and just state the name, what it's for. Like I put SBA required reduction, form, I just named it whatever they wanted me to name it because there is no form. There's no way, there's no profit and loss statement that really does quarterly. Income statements could do quarterly, but profit and loss statements are annual statements. You know what I'm saying? They're not something you would have sitting around. So keep that in mind. So most people are sole proprietors. So if you're a sole proprietor, you don't need a tax ID number. You just need a Schedule C from your personal income tax or some 1099 form that maybe the company you sell the products for, products for actually sent you in the mail. You could use your personal bank account. You could say it's just yourself. It's just really different now how they're doing it with that 25%, which could be very complicated to people because they don't really understand how to do the reduction. So what I've done is put myself where if you need that type of help, if you need those math calculations to stick in them boxes, I will help you do it. And you could say you got this from my company. I even send you a form with my company name on it. So if they have a question or something, like Tamika did it, she helped me figure this out because I didn't really understand it. So they have to accept what we put together because you're going to go through the people who want more than what is here. You're going to go through people who say, well, I need this, I need that. Don't give up and don't think you don't have it. You probably have it, or we just need to create it. So keep that in mind as you're doing it. If you're registered as these entities, you will need these type of documents. Unfortunately, you will need to show that you file your taxes correctly. And that's what this is about. It's about everybody getting in compliance. So many people are out of compliance. I mean, so many people have an LLC, didn't make any income and didn't file a return. Well, you should file a return with no income. It's the law and the IRS will get you, trust me. So things to consider. Form 1040, which is your personal tax form, Schedule C. If the line 31 is 0 or negative, you may be ineligible. Biden kind of trying to change that. Your bank statement must cover between 20, cover 215. A lot of them are asking that. But let's say you didn't start till March or April. That's still fine. What if you didn't have a business bank account? That's fine too. Just use your personal. Just use whatever account, whatever accounts that you have that shows that the money is there. And you must apply everywhere. Like you can't just pick one bank. You got to apply everybody because whoever gets you that SBA loan number is who's going to give you this money. So I got another person coming in. 1 second. Rita and Gypsy. Hey, Rita. Hey, Gypsy.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, just going through it. I'm going to run through it again, though.
Okay.
And this is how you apply. These are some of the places that I've applied for. I think Cross River has met its limit because it's just been denying people talking about credit and stuff. but you just Google, get, PPP, money, second round. And every
Mhm.
10 of those that show up, 15, 20, you spend your whole day applying. Remember, you guys, this week, okay, this is the last week where we have a priority as a minority to get our applications through. I have Huntington Bank, and I went and applied there, and they was on it because they cannot, these banks have proven that they don't care about the small business and the minority-based business. So the government said, well, if you can't push as many PPP application in 2 weeks, but these Black people, these small businesses, these women-owned business, these Spanish, these Asians, all these different people with businesses that don't have a lot of money, then you might not be able to get the next set of money, which is for the bigger corporation, because banks make money off the money. So it's not like they're not winning when they do the application. They just was not focusing on their small local mom and pop business, and Biden changed that. So let me go back to the beginning. I'm sorry. So let's go back from the beginning. So as people join kind of, late. But this is access to the process. And what I've done is I've always done these since 2016 when Mr. Ali taught me what that means to help people get to the next level in business as a Black business owner. So I just keep using his access because his access is simple like this. So it talks about what the law says. Because if we don't know what the law says, we can't, when these bankers come back and say, hey, you don't get this, and you qualify, you got to be like, well, the CARES Act and the Consolidated Appropriation Act of 2021, both laws, because there are two laws. One was the CARES Act, the first act, and then the second one is Biden's in them act. So it's two of them put together, got 284 billion, you guys, dollars. So getting 5, 10, 15,000 can help your business a lot. It could keep you afloat while you get to the next level. So don't think that because they might give you not the amount of money you think you should get, take the money, and it's forgiven. I got my first two forgiven. So I applied for my insurance company and my nonprofit the first round. I had to contact my bank's board to make sure that I got some money. I had to fight these people with racism, basically, and teach them about systematic and institutionalized racism and banking and finance and how y'all are not going to look out for me. And I'm tired of it, and if you guys don't, I'm going to tell, the senator and the congressman and show them these emails that you guys just ignored me as a Black business owner who has my money in your bank. So they approved me. I went through a lot to get it. It was just unbelievable. I had to file complaints and everything with a bank that I allow my money to go into. So it's really sad because you're like, okay, I'm already got this relationship, already got these deposits coming in. I can't just shift stuff all around so easy. So I compelled my bank to do it, and they did do it, and this time they're moving a little faster with me, so which is good. But to qualify, you need to file your taxes, and your business was open during the COVID. So keep that in mind as you guys do this. Documents you need, this is really important. So these are some of the documents you would need based on what type of business you got. A sole proprietor is a person that used their social security number. So, and route register with the state. So if you're that, you just need to have a Schedule C on your tax return to show that you have filed taxes. And then if you're LLC, you can have an 1120 or a Schedule C. A lot of you guys have a Schedule C. Only the C Corp, you need to have corporate taxes. In a nonprofit, you need to have a 990. So you need those. So if you don't have those, just go get them. It's not hard to do. You could, do it yourself, or you can have somebody do it for you. And it's worth it if you pay somebody to do it. You're going to get money back from the document. But remember, the 9th of March is the deadline for you guys being a priority as being a small business or a minority. So keep that in mind. Keep this in mind. You don't want to really have a zero of profit, but you could. If you did and you can explain it, then I don't think it would be a problem. This was when they first did it. Biden put some new regulations in this park. So, you know, they may make adjustments. If you don't have any bank statement from 215, just explain it. Write a letter, just stating on a, you know, on a Word document or a Google document, like, you know, due to financial or me lack of resources, I was not aware that I would need such things. So therefore I did not have it. If you say that, they get it. You know, you say, you can even say, because, you know, I mean, they give us these categories and they say to us that because you're a woman, we're going to do this for you. Because you're Black, we're going to do this for you. Because you're Spanish. So you have to kind of put that in writing. You know, like if you don't have a bank statement or you do have a zero and they're like, you're not eligible, you just write like, I was not able to make any money due to COVID and the fact that I'm a Black male or a white woman or whatever you need to say to them, or Spanish person, you know, whatever you need to say to them, you could need to say it in writing, because they can't deny that truth. That's your testimony. That's you saying that this is who I am. I cannot meet all your underwriting, but I do have some of the following. So let me just go back to that list, because you do have a Schedule C, right? So you do have that. You do have a bank account, you know, and you do have a business. You have a website or social media accounts, and you can put those in those letters and say, you can Google me and look up my company, and you can give me this money because I qualify by the bare minimum, which still qualifies you. You know, all the extra stuff they're asking for is a nightmare. And you don't have to, if you don't have it, you just got to tell them. The other caveat to this is that they are making you guys show a 25% reduction in your business from 2019 to 2020. So say to yourself, well, I didn't start in 2019. Well, that's fine. You just state that you didn't start, you didn't have anything to do a comparison, but they still are wanting part of the law, the 25% reduction. So I had to create my own form for that because I could not find any template or document that would give me a quarterly, a quarterly reduction and comparison in the profit loss statement. Profit loss statements are annual statements. They're not really quarterly. It would cost more money to have. So what I did was I created me a document, since they're wanting some data that I don't necessarily have. And I just put SBA required 25% reduction worksheet and gave it to my banker, because I'm like, I don't know what else to give you that's going to meet your need of this new law and these new rules. So here you go, because I want my money. So keep in mind, and I'm going to go back a little bit because I need you guys to see how much money is on the table. $284 billion. And as of about a week ago, the SBA had said only 26% of this money had been given out. That's why Biden put a stop on it, because they were going to do the same thing. Give it to big businesses, give it to people who committing fraud, give it to these people, and not give it to the local mom and pop establishments. So they said, okay, we got to put in more stipulations to curb this habit. So for 2 weeks, and this is the last week, March 9th is our last week where we will be a priority. It's a priority for a minority, and it's a priority for businesses with 20 employees. And remember, if you got the first round, you do need your SBA loan number, and you do need the amount. Each system is going to ask you for that if this is your second round. So keep that in mind, okay? So documents to get the money, keep this in mind. You need these type of documents. Even let's say that you're like, you know what, I ain't even do my Schedule C, but I did my taxes. If your taxes got accepted, amend those taxes, add that Schedule C. Do the right thing, trust me. It'll take you like 20 minutes to amend it. If you're like, I don't even know how much money I made. Well, if you could pay your rent, and you could pay your bills and your electric and your gas and stuff, and you work for yourself, then you made at least that amount of money, because there's no way you'll be able to pay your bills if you don't earn some kind of income. And those are called, you know, different gigs we might do. Might pick somebody up. Somebody might ask us for a ride. They Cash App us. That's money. Look at your Cash App account. Look at everything you have to show how much money you really made, because you'll be surprised how much money you really made. And then you spend businesses or different, different expenses that come. So keep in mind, you will need that. Most people fit in this sole proprietor, so they're fine. Some people have an LLC, but they're still the only person. So they probably have a Schedule C on their taxes. And then some people have S corps. They have corporation where they're the only person in that corporation. They're all four people. They're the president, the vice president, the secretary, and the treasurer. Some people have a C corp where they're different people play different roles, or they file corporate taxes. You could be one person with a C corp if you file 1120 taxes on that. So you got to make sure you're doing the right thing. And the nonprofits, you must have the 990 tax requirement. And just remember, they're going to ask for that 25% reduction. Some platforms have where you just input the data in there. So you want to have your 2019 and 2020 taxes available so you could do your comparison pretty easy. You could just look on your profit and loss statement, the Schedule C. It's like maybe 4 pages behind the 1040, pages. So just keep that in mind, okay? Keep this in mind too. So if they, tell you, hey, I need February 15th bank statement that covers that period, and you don't have it, just write a letter. Just write in a Google document, print it off. Or electronically sign it. You can electronically sign it with your finger too. So, and then date it. And that is good. That is you saying what's going on, And remember that you need to apply everywhere. Like today, you should make it your day to sit in your house and apply at the bank that has your money. First of all, apply there. Number 2, apply on everything you Google. Apply. Everybody wants to hit that goal and that number to say, hey, I gave, X amount of number of PPP loans to Black business, to minorities, to small businesses, because that's the only way they're going to get the big money. They can't keep getting money if they can't prove they can't meet the bare minimum, which is focusing on the smaller businesses in America, So these are some of the places that you can apply. A lot of people has applied. If you're in Youngstown, Mahoney Valley Economic Development Corporation does have a PPP program. They even have a stabilizing platform, and I'll bring that up in a minute, where they have money up to $10,000 worth of reimbursements if you have that. It's just a lot of caveats, it's a lot of catch-22, damn if you do, damn if you don't, happening in this, because it's interpretable. It's not solid. It's like, okay, we gave you guys a base, do the right thing. And the right thing is not what people do. So you have to make them do the right thing. If your bank don't want to give it to you, or, take you through a lot, you need to think about moving to another bank, because the bank should be really helping you. So if you need help, this is my phone number and email, and I'll share it again at the end. You can text me, call me. I will help you. I'm a nonprofit. So all I'll do is with you guys is help you put the data in places. But if you need taxes done, we have Rockbridge Business. She does taxes. She could do them all over the United States. So if you need a Schedule C, you need an 1120, I suggest you reach out to Ray Cole, because she is going to be your girl to do that. I really don't do taxes like that. I just do my clients for insurance that do insurance with me. So that's all I kind of do. So we'll just get the questions and answers. These are some of the local. Now the SBA is giving away money as well. They have money available right now. They have a targeted group, and Youngstown definitely is a target group. So if you got money from the SBA before, like an advance, like a grant, they're giving away, again, it's called the Target E. And EIDL is Economic Injury Disaster Loan, just the acronym. So they have the targeted. So if you guys just check your email, you might have got one. It's going to ask for that 25% comparison. It's going to ask for 2019 and 2020. It's going to want that in there. So make sure you know that. Also, they open back up for you guys to apply for the COVID pandemic, funding that they still have available. They do have terms. I know some people that got the money, and they will tell you they'll put a lien on property that you may own. But wait a second. But oh, she's not taking anything more. So Maureen at the Valley Partners says she's not taking any more stabilizing grants. Oh my God. I mean, well, anyway, I got a long story for that because I applied for somebody who started their business in 2020 and they said they couldn't get the funding because they didn't have business in 2019, which is ludicrous because the pandemic didn't happen in 2019. So why are you even caring about 2019? I don't know why 2019 is even in this conversation. I think it should just be 2020's data because that's when the pandemic occurred in March of 2020, as far as the government is concerned. So it's real shocking, but nonetheless, just know that they're not taking any more money, but you can apply here. I know people that got this funding to help their business grow. They did get it. So the advance is forgivable, the loan isn't. Somebody I know had got 20,000, their payments is $131 a month starting the next year. So they had a whole year to make the money make money. So keep in mind, if you're not making the money make money, you shouldn't even do this stuff because this ain't no real money. This ain't no money you could pay yourself with. This is just money for you to get going to make more money. So once you start making more money, you should have your credit better. You should have your stuff together because you're making money. You took 20 grand and turned it into 40 and turned it into 100. And you could do it. I do it a lot. I mean, you can do it. You just got to always think about what are you doing with your money? Most of all, like what are you trying to do with your money? The U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce has availability to help people too with this conversation. I even think they did a webinar, but they're about commerce. Any chamber is of commerce, which is business, goods and services. So remember that when you're doing stuff, look for places that is commerce centered. I'm with the Mahoney County Chamber of Commerce. They have stuff too to help you. But a lot of money came to the CDFIs, and those are like community banking. Those are like banks that like really focus on not just your credit, but other things in the community. So they have these different topics and responses to it that they're looking for economic equality. I'm with the Economic Justice Platform 51. I've been with them since 2016. It's part of Killer Mike's platform with the Bank in Black. But basically, it's about economic justice. It's about laws that says the word minority meaning Black, and participation in federal procurement opportunity. Because the best person to do business with, to grow your business, is the United States government. They buy lots of goods and services. You just have to get your paperwork game up to comply. And working with a tax expert, a business consultant, somebody that helps with that will get you to the next level. It takes money to make money. You can't stay broke forever and say you run a business. You have to get there. And then Youngstown has something. I'm not sure if they even have this anymore. I don't even know if they have this anymore, but Youngstown had something. But you could look in your local community. I know different areas like Columbus has funding. Yeah, so this is gone. This one ended today. So this was the stabilization grant that Ray Cole was talking about. But you see, it is listed on their page. So you can go to your city, your county's website and put in the search field COVID-19 business, and you'd be amazed what they have. Sometimes cities don't market as well as they should, but if you keep looking for it and you know the keywords to search for it, you will actually get it. I made this slide way in the beginning. So these are some Youngstown resources too. And there's resources like I know Fulton County has some stuff in Atlanta. DeKalb County has some money. They all got some money. So this is some information they have put out. I think this is the actual like financial assistance. Like a lot of them have spreadsheets like this that you can go to trusted sources that talk about what this is. Like they got the SBA, Express Loans. They got other grants. The Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services have that. This company, the small, business credit. You have the One Jewish platform that does interest-free loans. And that's anybody. This one right here, this is Ohio. So if you're in Northeast Ohio, but I think if you look it up, I'm not sure. I think they can do it anywhere, The Ohio Jobs has, so each state has this same thing. Like it would say Georgia minority, micro enterprise, Arizona minority. Every state have these things. They're not something that your state don't have. So don't just think because it's Ohio, it's not there. They have an opportunity fund. They have right here, AEO has PayPal grants. I don't know if they're still open, but they do have that. They have a lot of funding, you know, even a comparison chart so you could decide which loan you should go after. Because remember, you getting the SBA loan number, right? Get you an SBA loan again. So getting that loan number through the PPP program will open up opportunity for you to get the micro loan, the SBA 7A loan, all these different loans. You just got to comply. You just got to apply. You got to have that documentation. If you don't have it, you got to go get it. If you don't need it, you got to write a letter saying you don't have it. Because sometimes they ask for like stock certificates. But what if you don't have stock? Write a letter saying my company does not offer stock at the time. I'm the only owner. I'm the only person. You know, you got the business incubator. You got the business help, which is the state government resources to help with the coronavirus. So remember, every state practically has businesshelp.arizona.gov, businesshelp. They pretty unified in how they put out data because they got in so much trouble about the way they put out data. So a lot of the government is in compliance. So these are just some resources for you. Remember, every county also in the United States has a platform for economic development. It might be called something different, but if you Google your county economic development, COVID-19, you'll probably find the resource you're looking for in your county. Look at your county, your city, your state, the federal government. Look in all places because you don't know where the money really is. And that is pretty much the end of this presentation when it comes to what we're doing today. I wanted to stop at 9 because I have to start doing something else, my taxes and everything. But I wanted to share this because this is the last week that any of like minorities get priority to actually get the PPP money. So I suggest you spend some time getting it done. And if you need further assistance, if you need help, this brand that's up here, she does that for the whole United States. So if you need that Schedule C, you need that 1120, you don't even know. You're like, I don't even know after what Tamika told me. I don't even know. Just give her a ring. You know, she's on social media. She's on my social media. She's on other people's social media. She's in our thing called Women in Business, book page that we're in. She's there. She's marketing. She's telling you guys stuff. And that's her business. So that's what she do every day for profits. So keep in mind, you need to have a little money too. You can't ask her stuff and think she's just going to be like, okay, I'm going to do that for you. You know, you got to agree to the terms of payment with her. Because a lot of times we think we want the hookup. But like Dr. Bussey taught me, you in business to make money. So I don't know why people think that's not what Black people do. She used to always say that, like, what are you doing this for? So keep that in mind. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I'd like to thank Julius Oliver, who's actually running for mayor in the city of Youngstown, for attending. That is a big thing to do for a political candidate and your city council member, who's not even my council member in my area, come into our event and try to let us know, like, I'm listening to, I can hear y'all concerns. So if y'all got issues locally, he run a business too. So he's probably went through the PPP, he probably knows different stuff. He probably understands a whole lot. So if you need help or you want to talk to a political person, just say, and you're in another state and you're like, I don't know who I should talk to, he would know how to drive that conversation. That's his business. So keep that in mind. We got Miss Simple in the house, or Rita, who deals with maternity and labor and childbirth and quality of care for our community with these young girls having babies and things like that. So if you have somebody who really needs that and they really need that type of support and help during the pandemic, you reach out to her. We have Rainmaker, who is into the entertainment industry, and Candy provides services for people in the entertainment industry. She has a forum. She does a lot. Like, she even done curriculum for teaching hip hop. So she's one of those innovative voices to make sure that we don't lose our culture in the midst of it all. On Facebook, I have Risa on, who does Thrive. Risa Wolf, she does a product called Thrive. She's a small business owner I met in 2019. And I forget who else. I only could see her notes, her comments and stuff. But yeah, I thank everybody for coming. And I'll be trying to do this at least once a month, if not more. I'm just so busy right now. But just try to keep us abreast on what's happening with funding opportunity. The next one that I do is going to be about this $175 million fund that's just for the Black people. And it's a way we get in. It's a way we qualify. It's a way we collaborate to win. So if you don't got something and I got it, then we still gonna get in, because that's how this works. It's a big commitment. The minimum is $1 million. The max is 10 million. Already have a platform for the 10 million with real estate development across the United States that I'm gonna share, and already got it together to apply. I just need participants who own businesses to play their role so they can be compensated as a consultant. But you gotta play your role, because I need that done, you know? But I'm ready to move forward on this one. I've been studying this one since it came out. PayPal and HubSpot gave LISC all this money for us. And at first the requirements was too strict. I kept reaching out to that company, telling them, like, you guys gotta bring that underwriting down, bring it down to what Black people can do to get the money. And now it looks like they have. And they've been very upfront on how to qualify. And that's the key to the yes, is knowing the underwriting requirements. So thank everybody for coming, and hopefully we'll see each other again sooner than later. You guys have a good day.
I'll say, thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.